Hello viewers, you are welcome to T-Ben Math class. In today's lesson, we're going to look at multiplication of matrices. Multiplication of matrices. Given that M is equal to A, B, C, D and N is equal to E, F, G, H, then Mn. The moment you see Mn, it means that we are multiplying M matrix M by matrix N. We don't write M times N. We always write Mn. So please, when you have something like this, how do we multiply a matrix by another matrix? Now, this is the golden rule. The golden rule says that multiply a row by a column. A row by a column. So when you pick a row, the first row in the first matrix, you multiply by the first column of the second matrix. When you are done, the first row again by the second column here. So this row by the first column, this row by the second column of the second matrix. When you are done, you come to the second row of the first matrix, you multiply by the first column of the second matrix, the second row of the first matrix by the second column of the second matrix. And when you pick each row, there are two elements. So in this row, we have A and B as the elements. When you come to the column, we have E and F. So what you do is that first by first, then plus second by second. So let's do that and see. A times E will be AE plus, because we are combining them. So plus, then second by second. So you multiply first by first, AE, second by second, that will give you BG. So you are done with the first row by the first column. Now we move on to the first row by the second column. The same thing will be done first by first, second by second. So what is first by first? A by F will be AF plus B by H will be BH. Then we are done with the top row. Let's come to the down row. Then we are coming down like this. Now with the down row, the row here by the first column. So first by first, second by second. C by E will be CE plus then D by G will be DG. When you are done with the first row, the second row of the first matrix, then you take the same thing, you multiply by the second column of the second matrix. So what I want to say is that when you are done with the first row and the first column, then you take the second row again, second column. So second row, first column, second row, second column. So let's go. In this case, you have C by F, first. So I'll have CF. D by H will be DH. So what it means is that we multiply horizontal by vertical. Horizontal of the first matrix by vertical of the second matrix. So when you do that, first by first, second by second, then you add them. In each case, you have to add and get a common element or entry. Let's consider our first example for today. In our first example, we have given that A is equal to negative 2, 1, 4, 5, and B is equal to 0, negative 1, 2, negative 3. We are to evaluate I, AB, that is matrix A by matrix B. I, matrix B by matrix A. So let's quickly look at how to solve these. So I, AB. As it was said, AB means multiply matrix A by matrix B. So matrix A will be written first. Negative 2, 1, 4, 5. Multiplying matrix B, 0, negative 1, 2, negative 3. So let's see how it is done. So as I said, identify the first row of the first matrix. Then you multiply by the first column of the second matrix. So this row will be multiplied by this column. So first by first, second by second. So here we have 1. So it will be like, what will you get when you multiply -2 by 0? Then you write your result plus 1 by 2. So first by first, second by second, then you add. So let's go. -2 by 0 will be 0, plus 1 by 2 will be 2. Then when you have done this by this again, so first by first, second by second, so you multiply -2 by -1, and -2 by -1 will be 2. Then you pick this, 1 by -3 will be -3. So we are done with that. When you are done with the first row of the first column, that is multiplying it by the first column of the second matrix, the second column of the second matrix, you come to the down row, this one, you come to this one. Now when you come, you multiply this by the first, by the second. In that case, first, second, second. When you come here, first, second, second. I hope you are following. Good. First, second, first, second. So let's start. With the first part, the first column, 4 will multiply 0, 5 will multiply 2. So what is 4 by 0? That will be 0, plus 5 by 2 will give us 10. Now let's go to the second part. So first, second. So 4 by -1 will be -4. And then 5 by -3 will be -15. So this is what we have. It means that our final answer will be 0 plus 2 will be 2. 2 plus -3 will be -1. 0 plus 10 will be 10. And then -4 plus -15 will be -19. So this is the result for AB. Now let's consider II, the result for BA. In this case, the arrangement will be B before A. So let's go. What is my B? 0, -1, 2, -3. And then my A is -2, 1, 4, 5. So the same arrangement will be done. Identify the first row of the first column. You multiply it by the second column of the second matrix. Then you multiply by the second column of the second matrix. So I'm saying it again. You identify your first row of the first matrix. You multiply it by the first column of the second matrix. Then the second column of the second matrix. So let's do that and see. What's our first row of the first matrix? Is this. So this, we go for this. So this is the column. First, second. So first, 0 by -2 will be 0. And then -1 by 4 will be -4. We are done with the first row and then first column. So we are going for first row, second column. First, second. So this is our second column. First, second. So 0 by 1 will still be 0. And then -1 by 5 will be -5. So we are done with the top one. That is the first row by the first column by the second column. So let's move on to the second row of the first matrix by the first column of the second matrix by the second column of the second matrix. So let's do that and see. So this is our second row. First, second. So 2 by -2 will be -4 plus -3 by 4 will be -12. We are done with that. Let's move on to the next one. Then second row by second column. First, second. So 2 by 1 will be 2 plus negative 3 by 5 will be negative 15. So let's simplify and see. This will be negative 4. This will be negative 5. This will be negative 16. And this will be negative 13. So looking at the answers in both, the first one, we had this. The second one, we had that. We can see clearly that AB is not equal to BA. What it means is that multiplication of matrices is not commutative. In our second example, we have find PV when P is equal to 3, 5, 1, 4, and V is equal to 2, 1. Now we have a 2 by 2 matrix multiplying a 2 by 1 matrix, a column matrix. So let's see how we solve this and what we will obtain. So PV will be P. P is 3, 5, 1, 4, multiplying 2, 1. So in the first matrix, we have 2 rows, 2 columns. But in the second matrix, we have 2 rows, 1 column. Row 1, row 2, but there is a column. So it means that when we pick this row, it will be multiplied by just this column. When we pick this row, it will multiply by just this column because it doesn't have another column. So let's do it and see. First row by this. So first, second. So what is 3 by 2? That will be 6. I hope you had it right. Thank you. Then what is 5 by 1? Second. That one will be 5. So we are done with the top one. We are not going to the extreme end because there is no column there. So we will come to the down row. That is the second row. In the second row, we have 1, 4. So first, second. So 1 by 2 will be 2. Plus 4 by 1 will be 4. So in this case, our result will be 5 plus 6 or 6 plus 5 will be 11. 2 plus 4 will be 6. So you can see what we are obtaining now. Multiplying a 2 by 2 matrix by a 2 by 1 matrix has resulted in a 2 by 1 matrix. 2 rows, 1 column. Now in our third example for today, we have if matrix P is equal to 4, 7 and matrix A is equal to 2, negative 1, 3, 4, find PA. So when you check in this matrix, this 1, 2 is a 1 by 2 matrix. 1 row, 2 columns. And this one is a 2 by 2 matrix. Let's solve and see what the answer will be. And in which form are we going to have the answer? So let's start. So it will be PA will be matrix P, which is 4, 7, multiplying 2, negative 1, 3, 4. So because there is just a row here, 1 row, when we pick the row by this column, then we go to the extreme end because there is another column there. So this row by this column. So let's go. When we pick this row by this column, first, second. So what do we have? 4 by 2 will be 8. And then 7 by 3 will be 21. So we are done with the first part. We are going to the extreme end. That is the second column. So first by first, second by second. So what is 4 by negative 1? Negative 4 plus 7 by 4 will be 28. So at the end of the day, we will add. So we have 8 plus 21 giving us 29. And then negative 4 plus 28 will give us 24. So you can see the result we are having now. We are having a result which is in the form 1 by 2 matrix. But we multiplied 1 by 2 matrix by 2 by 2 matrix. And the result is 1 by 2 matrix, 1 row, 2 columns. Before we bring today's lesson to an end, I would like to give you a trial question. And the question is on the board. Solve and put your solution at the comment section. If you really found this video useful, subscribe to my channel and like my videos as well. You will meet another time for the next lesson. Until then, goodbye.